Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm back with a new video. So today I'll be discussing about fashion designing, especially for those who wants to become a fashion designer. So do watch this video till the end. I'm going to tell you a lot about fashion designing today. So fashion designing do requires a lot of work, but right now I'm going to discuss four major subjects of fashion designing. That's fashion illustration, draping, sewing, and pattern making. Basically, that's not it. For fashion designing, we do learn a lot and a lot of things. We learn from basic to technical part. So yeah, the backbone are these four subjects which I'm right now going to discuss. So the very first topic that I'm going to discuss is about fashion illustration.
Okay, so the very first step when you start to do a collection, for example, basically in fashion designing, they always teach you from scratch. So, right now, I'm just telling you a whole lot process, but we have to learn a lot and a lot of things before coming to this level. This is my illustration 3 file that I'm showing you some of my work of illustration 3. I did 3 levels before this. That was principal elements of design, fashion illustration 1, fashion illustration 2, and this is fashion illustration 3. So right now I'm just telling you a sample that how fashion designers do their work when they get their degree and they like want to launch a collection. So what do they have to do, what are the levels they have to do before developing a collection. So the very first thing is research. For example, if you are choosing a theme, you are choosing that from which thing you are getting your inspiration from. So our teacher asked us to develop or think about a theme which should be related to country. Means we have to choose a country to develop our theme and to develop our costumes. So I chose Turkey and I did a lot and a lot of research. This is like the shortlisted one. I did a lot of research and then I shortlisted some of the things and I developed them into three research boards. So, yes, because three research boards are more than enough to take out the elements from so that we could develop the things from it. So the very first mood board was related to the textile work, as you can see, some a bit of architecture and their national events. This was totally based on the Turkish prints and patterns textile. The third one was on based on the architecture. You can see the Turkish architecture is really beautiful. I was inspired and I was loving it. Then I developed a mood board. So mood board is basically developed from magazines. We have to take images from magazines. There should be 20% printouts, but more and more magazine images. So I searched for the background. I made a background first. Then I searched for the models that were wearing some costumes that was having elements and related to my research boards. So after developing the mood board, which is a really time taking process, a lot and a lot of time taking process and a lot of thinking, critical thinking. After doing so, then what you have to do is you have to develop the collection, your own collection. You have to take the elements from the mood boards. Like for example, if this is a garment and it's having some kind of elements like lace elements, you have to pick the one element from this, one element from this, one element from this, and you have to design a collection. Finalized collection, but yes, I have made plenty and plenty and plenty of developments from which four garments were selected. And this happens to every fashion designer, to every student, that we have to make plenty of developments and only four garments are selected which you are going to proceed for your collection. After doing this, now we have to make the front and back views of them. As you can see, front and back views are necessary because you have to analyze how are you going to make your patterns, how you're going to develop your patterns. So front and back views are really important. So I thought about it in my mind that how do I have to keep my back? Do I have to make a seam in the front or in the back? Like this is basically a jacket and I gave a seam on the back as a design element. Over here, front also have a seam and back also have a seam. So yes, these were the front and back views. That you have to make color options. I mean, you have to give your garments a bit of life to tell them how are they going to be when you are going to add colors and which fabric that you're using. So I made more than these, but yeah, I shortlisted these two and I liked this one. And then I converted this into a design board. I made the crookies And yes, in illustration, in initial levels, teachers teach you how to make a croquis, 10 head croquis, and then so that you can develop your collections and you can make design boards like these. And yes, rendering. So I told you that it's a lot of learning. This is basically the finalized stuff that I'm showing you. But yes, before this, you have to learn a lot of things. So I gave my garments a bit of life. So also an example of fabric rendering. I did it in illustration 3, where teacher asked us to give us demos about how to render a fabric. Like this was the lace fabric, as you can clearly see in the options. This was a lace fabric, this was a sequin fabric, and this was a denim. So basically, fashion illustration requires to give a life to your croquis, to show them which fabric that you're using, so that you can have an idea by your designs that when you're creating a collection, so it would be really easy to choose a fabric for your garment. Another example. So basically, fashion illustration doesn't end here. There are a lot of things that I'm still learning, and I might be showing them to you in my next videos as well. We are making profile boards. We make a lot of stuff. We are learning new techniques. So yeah, I'll be showing them to you in my next videos. But this is like a basic stuff where I tell you what you do in fashion designing. So after doing this, for example, if I made a collection that I showed to you, this one, now this collection is finalized. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make the patterns of it, and that's where the very technical part take place. Making the patterns, analyzing the designs, and then making the patterns of them is a really time taking process, and it requires a lot of hard work. I'll be showing to you how to develop a basic pattern right now. I mean, I'm not going to give you a demo, but I'll tell you how do we create it, and then I will give the demos in my next video, so that you might know how fashion designing is critical and why am I making this video. So moving towards pattern making.
Before moving to pattern, I might show you another step of fashion illustration where we make technical flats on Adobe Illustrator. And yes, it's also time taking, but worth it. Now moving towards pattern making.
Moving towards pattern making, I cannot show you whole patterns like on full scale, because it's really difficult for you to understand that how it's occurring and how it is constructed. So basically, I'm showing you my miniature file. This is 1/3, in which is created on an A3 size paper, sorry, A4 size paper. So you can see 1/3. Basically, we do designs on size 42, but yes, teacher do teaches us how to make a size chart. So yes, you can make patterns according to your customer. So this is the size 42 borders block. Right now I'm telling you about the borders block. This was the very first thing we learned after skirt block, and this is the pattern. This is a 1/3 one, but we do have it on full scale. This is the pattern from which we develop a lot of designs. This is basically the backbone. So I'll be telling you in the next video how we constructed this, but right now I'm just telling you an idea about pattern. So basically, this is a borders block, and this is half side. This is not the full side, this is the half side. Now you must be thinking, what type is this? This is one part, and then you're going to flip this, and this will be another part, and then they are going to be stitched together. Basically, they're not stitched together because on center front we have a seam. And yes, after making the patterns, what you do is there are sewing techniques. So I'll make the pattern that is halter bow tie. I stitched it, and I will be giving it as a reference in my video as well. You'll be seeing this pattern was very easy. I won't say that it was difficult, but it's also made from the bodice block. You can see the reference, and I'll be telling to you them in detail as well. This was basically the base, and then you have to analyze how you're going to convert your designs, and how are you going to increase the length, how are you going to increase the width, how are you going to shift the dart, from where do you need the dart. That's all according to your design, but the base is this block. Same like bodice block, there is a skirt block, which is the base for skirts, which is a base for there is a trouser block, base for trousers. There are sleeve blocks based for sleeves. So yes, we do have lot of developments in our designs. We do make developments in our designs by using these blocks. These are miniature versions, so yeah, it might be very helpful for you to understand. Let me show you a bit examples. This is basically a surplus block, and it's made from same borders block, but yeah, it's a bit critical. Then the sleeve block. This is two-piece sleeve block. I mean, there would be a seam in between your sleeves, and you can see the separated patterns as well. Okay, one more thing, let me tell you about a bit of the sewing techniques, which is that these blocks are made on chart paper. After making the blocks on the chart paper, what we do is we cut them off, and we have like this version, full version of this is the miniature version, but we have a full version of this. We place it onto another chart paper, and if we want to make a simple bodice, like which a basic bodice is basically, you might have seen the tops of the lehengas, that are basically bodices. So yeah, if you want to make a bodice, what you do is you place this onto a separate chart paper, you give seam allowances accordingly, and then you cut that block onto the fabric, and cut the fabric, and you stitch it. Basically, fashion designing teaches you the techniques to finish the garment that should be contoured to your body, that should have a good fit. So we first make test fits, which are made on calico, and then after making the test fits, we go towards the good fabric. That is where fashion designers are have to do a lot of hard work, because there are a lot of process in making just one garment. Another example of Michael Kors jacket, as you can see in my Instagram, the very recent look that I uploaded of Michael Kors. This was the jacket that I constructed, and for this I first made a jacket block. So this is a jacket block. This is the separated pattern of the jacket from the working sheet. We first made the jacket block, and then we so here bodice block isn't used. Bodice block was used just to construct the jacket block. So base here is the bodice, but this block would be used to make jackets. So yeah, we have to sometimes make blocks of different things to make to construct different designs. So this was shorter in length. So yeah, by using that block, we constructed the Michael Kors jacket, the front and the back view. And yes, we have to make a separate sleeves for vent with vent. So yeah, these are the developments that you will see in fashion designing, and it requires a lot of understanding.
So this is an example of separated patterns on full scale. So this is not the miniature file. I used this to make kimono. So I'm showing you an example. So after cutting the patterns, here comes sewing. So I combined some of my work. The very first one you can see on the blue is the halter bow tie, the very same pattern that I showed you in the miniature file. So the second one is a basic trouser, and the third one is a raglan sleeve top, which was really difficult because I remember we did the patterns in the final and it was really time taking. And the raglan was time taking because of its technicality and pattern making. Some more projects. So the first one is a kimono mock, which is stitched on calico. We stitch it on calico for test fits, and it's the same pattern that I showed you where I was separating my patterns. So the second one is a 12 gore skirt, which you can say that it's a flared skirt as well. And the third one is a Michael Kors look, which includes the jacket, a skirt and a halter bow tie. I do upload the images and my work on Instagram as well. So you can visit my Instagram profile and follow my account. I shall mention my account on the description box. So coming towards draping. So now you'll be thinking that if we make patterns, so why are we required to do draping? So draping is basically pattern in real life. Like, you don't need patterns to do draping. Pattern is you do measurements, you take measurements, and then you analyze the design, and then you make a pattern. But in draping, you have to visually analyze how your pattern is going to be, but you are going to do it on calico. So draping is fun. I love draping because in pattern you don't know what you are making. You have to make a test fit. But in draping, you know what you're doing. The pattern is in front of your eyes. So for drapings project, we make half of the garment because same is what we do in pattern making. We can say that draping is a real life version of pattern. So here are my projects. My very humble advice to those who wants to join fashion designing, as fashion designing requires a lot of hard work and motivation. So if you want to join, be motivated and don't give up. I hope this video was helpful. Like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with the new videos soon, inshallah. Thank you so much guys. Allah Hafiz.